What's up, man? It is football time, and we got our friends on. Check it out. We got Lindsay Lights and ATB from y'all from Michigan. You're not from Detroit, are you?
No, we live near Flint right now.
You live near Flint, which is so when you're going like this, where is that?
So Flint's
Where
like
is that on the hand?
Flint's like right here.
You're right there.
Detroit's like down here a little more.
Okay, so you're a little ways away from Detroit, but it's probably gassed up in Detroit right now. The whole town's going crazy after the Michigan Wolverines won the national championship, and you got your Lions jersey on. Okay, and we got a hats. We're all good over there. And then on the other side, let me get my banners going on here. We got Lindsay. Boom. Welcome Lindsay Lights and Alex Bush to the show. And then on the other side, we got the guy who just got back from China, Laura.
I know.
Just got back from China. We do want to talk to him about it, Mr. Michael Zuzack. What's up, Mike?
What's up?
We ain't seen you in a while since you've been at the house eating. Your boy, I think, ate like 25 filet mignons in a row.
Yeah, he still dreams about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
But I seen you had some interesting food over there in China, no?
Oh, yeah, it was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I seen one of the pictures. We'll talk about it in a second. But one of the pictures, it was like your father had taken you there or something when you was a kid, and then you was kind of recreating that moment through a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely want to talk about that. All right, so let's go on some little NFL intro right here.
The following presentation is brought to you by Y Sports.
All right, let's just talk about the game that everyone wants to talk about. I mean, no one wants to talk about the Houston Texans right now.
What?
That's playing the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to be playing the next game in the next hour or two. But I think right now, we need to talk about the Detroit Lions that are hosting the first playoff game, in 30 years? Since they won a playoff game? 31 years. Tell us about what's going on right now in Detroit and how excited the city is right now.
It's so exciting. Eminem's there. We're just stoked. Everyone's there. The Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer was there. People who have had season tickets. I think I read somebody had season tickets for a long time, and he's there. Everyone's just really excited. It broke a decibel record at Ford Field. It was the number 5 football game ever for the sound record.
Wow.
People are just ready to be even more loud. The fact even that Eminem's there, just thank you to Eminem for bringing that for us too. It's exciting.
Well, you sure you wouldn't rather have Taylor Swift?
Oh, no.
No. Yeah, so let's go to Zuzack over here. Zuzack, what's going on in Tampa Bay? Is everyone got stuff all over the city, or what's it like right now in Tampa Bay?
Everybody's scratching their head and flipping a coin. That's the
What?
Everybody's just
Flipping the coin. You know for a fact Tampa Bay's going to win this, right? You got confidence, right?
I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I'm a Tampa Bay fan, but I Detroit's been wanting this for a long time, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard to root against Cinderella.
And we're playing in Detroit, so it's gonna be who wants it more, and I don't know. I just you never know who's gonna show up in the playoffs,
All right, what's up with the new tats, man? You got the new neck tat?
Yeah, I hit 40. I was like, I need more tattoos.
All right, so let's get into the game. I think Lindsay said she had some stats, and she was saying not only is Detroit going to win, but she has some stats to back it up. What you talking about?
Well, there's just some awesome players on there that put together to make the awesome team. Like we were talking about, they want it. They want it really bad for a long time. We have 2 players who are up for Rookie of the Year. That's Sam Laporta, and he's a defensive end, and Gibbs. We have Aiden Hutchison. He is from Michigan. He graduated from the college Michigan and played football for them and helped them win a national title. His family lives in Michigan. He's my favorite Lions player this year. Their whole family wants it. It's just so deep within the team, within the city, within everybody. And there's St. Brown. He is great at moving the ball forward. For I think in the last game, 7 out of his receptions, 7 of them were for first downs. So he catches the ball and he moves it forward to somewhere that they can't move back from, a first down. And then we got Goff. The story with Goff is that he was over at the Rams and they didn't think that Goff could take them to a Super Bowl win, but they traded him for Stafford and they got their destiny. That's great.
And Stafford did win the Super Bowl, so they were right about that.
Right.
Yeah, so they got their destiny. We got Jared Goff, and I guess he's feeling the city love because he even wants to do it for the city. So
Awesome.
that's what I got on the players. I got one more stat on the past wins. So like Alex was saying, the last postseason win was before he was born, 31 years ago in 1991. Before that, they didn't have a win since 1957.
You mean
So
we
it-
didn't have a win?
Wow.
Were you born the last time they won?
No,
No.
No, it was before that. So
just
this would be
Yeah.
the first time in your life you've ever seen him win something.
1957.
yeah. So we've been
So-
celebrating.
Yeah, we've been Lions fans for 32 years and haven't ever.
And not one time except for this time.
Yep. This
So
is
it's
our
going to
time,
be
baby.
heated up. Hell yeah, dude. And
It's
let's
lit
go
out
to
there.
Zuzack and find out, what his predictions is on this game, because I know Zuzack thinks the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win, and convincingly. It's going to be sad to see all the people in Detroit and all the tears in their eyes. Especially, you're going to be going to Kentucky soon, right, Zuzack?
Yeah.
For the Haven Lighting, you're going to be speaking there.
Training.
You're training
Hands-on
there.
training. Yeah.
Hands-on training. So yeah, you don't want to get too many people in Detroit upset with you, but when the Bucks win, it's not really your fault. You're just a fan of the show, right?
Right.
Yeah. So tell us about what you think why you think the Bucks are going to win this game.
Well, I think that I know Detroit has a hell of an offensive line, but I think that we have like Vita Vea and some big guys up front. I think if they can keep pressure on Golf, we can cause some problems. And our safety is he just made it to not Pro Bowl. There's another thing I forgot what it was.
All pro.
Yeah, All Pro. He just made it. Winfield has done incredible this year. So it just matters. Like it just depends on like I said, my biggest thing I think is just pressure. Tampa Bay is a blitzing defense. They're always coming at you. I mean, we did that to Kansas City, with Brady, and just if we can keep that up and make them make mistakes. On top of hopefully Mayfield having a good game, we're gonna flip a quarter and hope for the best with that. But if he plays like he did against Philly, we have a chance, But again, we're in Detroit. It's not like playing any other ball game like before. Like this is history for them, so it's always there's a different type of energy when it comes to playing.
Hell yeah, man.
And it's going to be loud because it's an indoor stadium too.
Yeah, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be very loud.
So the point spread on the game right now, the Lions are the favorites. It's the Lions -6. And then, of course, if you like the Buccaneers, you get shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake. Plus, you also get 6 points. So you start the game off winning with the Buccaneers. I like the sound of that. You start off a winner. What do you think, Laura?
I'm with the Lions this week. Totally. I was with them last week.
Zuzack, are you listening to all this?
I'm sorry, Zuzack. The Bucks are really good, but the Lions, I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't see this. You didn't see this little graphic over here. Let's see what it is right here.
What did I do?
From Twitter.
Of Twitter.
Yeah, from Twitter. Yeah,
From
we
Twitter
got
tweeting.
10 seasons, 12,242 passing yards, and 98 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Forever.
Mike Evans is incredible, but
I will agree with that.
they took him out. I mean, he didn't get no play last game, last play. So it just depends. I just, like I said, I'm not counting him out, but I'm not putting money on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Smart
heck
man.
yeah, I hear
Smart
you.
man.
Yeah, I work too hard for my money to be throwing away like that.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But I'm saying, but anytime it comes to the playoffs, this is just playoff teams. Even if their record is bad, it's different. There's just a different type of a team during the playoffs.
Yeah, we seen that last week when the Dallas Cowboys got their heart broken by the Green Bay Packers.
But
And
they always get their heart broken.
Oh, I mean, for real, every playoff.
now, if you're a Detroit Lions fan, you don't like the Packers, right? Just straight up. They're in the division. You don't like them. Is that how it works or no?
I don't feel that.
We
way.
like them personally. Like, we're not haters like that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's all.
Was it?
football.
Were you happy to see them pull off the major upset and beat the Cowboys last week?
For sure. I think
The whole country was.
Yeah.
That love.
I think
guy
everybody.
that I like him.
I think everybody loves watching. Well, 90% of the country loves watching the Cowboys.
No, it was
I
like
mean,
the playoffs are like the kryptonite.
And I know
man.
there's more Cowboy fans, but I consider them a strong 10% diehard fan. You know? Like, they probably didn't even go to work the next day.
Oh no, yeah, just peek it on Facebook. Like, are they still making fun of the Cowboys? I'm calling it sick tomorrow too.
they might have to
I
do it for
heard
a month.
back with the Cowboys from Lacey Jane Brown. Laura, I hope you like this one. That in the last 25 years, the Texans have more playoff wins than the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that's not. It doesn't take
Yeah,
much.
one comment we
I
got
think.
so far is that Niner gang said good luck. Oh, I'm sure they're talking about all the games. But speaking of the Niners, let's talk about the 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. I think that's the Cinderella story this week. You have the number 1 and then number 7 seed, the Green Bay Packers. They're plus 9.5, or the Frisco minus 9.5. What do y'all think about that game?
I think
San Fran, and just, I mean, they are like unstoppable.
that guy Purdy is pretty.
Yeah.
And Debo, you know, your ass gonna stop talking when Debo comes around, but when he leaves, you be talking again. You know, that's Debo Samuel on the field. You know, when he leaves, you'll be talking again, like in Cabo in retirement. Because I think 49ers got this one. I know he had tears in his eyes last year, and it was sad to see that one. But you know, with no quarterback, they didn't have a chance against the Eagles.
Yeah.
But this year, I think is different, and
They got McCaffrey.
Christian
too.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
The dude's a freaking beast, man. He's probably, for a running back to be the NFL potential MVP. I mean, I think he's a clear, at least a choice there. And I like the 49ers. But if I was going to put my money on something, man, that Cinderella story with the Green Bay Packers, I'd like to see them win again. So I don't know. What you got, Lindsay and Alex?
Thinking about this, I like kind of pick with my heart, and I know that the Green Bay Packers and the 49ers, I heard that they had been up against each other more than any other team.
That's right.
And I think that the story with the Green Bay Packers being the youngest team, that's who I'm picking too, picking with my heart.
I'm going with Lindsay, Green Bay.
Oh, you guys are united on that deal. All right. Okay. Well, Lara, what do you got here for the 49ers and the Packers?
I had a real hard time picking this one yesterday, and I was like, first I went with the 49ers. I'm like, you know what? I love underdogs. Let's go Green Bay. So I picked Green Bay for this one.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that one's that. And then moving right along, we already know where you stand on the Bucks Lions. Myself, I got the Lions in this one, and Laura also has the Lions and the Bucks Lions. I don't know. Tampa Bay is good. They're playing really good. They have another story where it's like shake and bake done took him there, even though he's injured, he's hobbling, he's still making it happen.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter and just that one play that decides whether they win or lose. It's not going to be a blowout, in my opinion. But the Lions, I mean, they got a squad this year, but we'll see what happens. But my money would be on Lions. And then moving on, I think the game of the week, the two best teams playing each other. I think the Chiefs and the Bills, I think, is probably one of the best games that are going to be this week. And that'll be tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's at 5:30 tomorrow night, Sunday Night Football. Yeah. The Chiefs, you talk about, Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey and, all the buzz that surrounds them. I think they limped into the playoffs. They really weren't playing that great down the stretch like the Eagles, and they got their ass knocked out by the Bucks last week. And, I see the Bills as the hottest team. The Bills are the favorites. They're playing at home. They were throwing the snow. Have you ever been to a game in the snow, Lindsay? No.
I've been to
the Detroit is, yeah.
Not a football game, but a hockey game in the snow.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Hockey.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Michigan,
hockey's like a sport where you can just say, man, funk this, and then you can like just get in there and start punching each other.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and you don't go to jail or nothing.
It's like gladiators on ice.
I mean, just sit there squaring off for about 3 minutes, in front of everyone. They're cheering you on. Like, that's hockey. But football is similar. But last time I seen someone do that was when the guy from the Cleveland Browns took off his helmet and he was like smacking Mason Rudolph with his helmet. Remember that big old thing on his head? Yeah. But anyway, on the Bills and Chiefs, who you got? Who you got that one, Zuzack?
I think Kansas City, every time they went against the Bills, they beat them for some reason. Kelsey is one guy that I don't know how he does it, but you can cover that guy and he just pops out of anywhere like magic. And that's just a damn thing, man. He's always saving the third down and shit like that, But
then again, last couple games, Kelsey went for the game-winning play like 3 or 4 times. Remember that one time he was offsides, and then the other time he was in the end zone. They called him pass interference, but they went to him like 3 or 4 times, and he came up 0 for going down the stretch. So we'll see what happens on that one.
Yeah.
But so you got the Chiefs?
I have the Chiefs. I'm
going with the Bills. I mean, I don't think you can stop the Bills right now. I think they're the hottest team in the NFL. What do you guys have, Lindsay, in ATB?
I'm going KC.
You going KC? Lindsay, you're agreeing with all this?
No, I just gotta preface this. I do like the Chiefs. I
Man, kick his ass out the house for all that. No,
I want to get the whole world attention with my mission to put light into the world. So how much attention the Chief gets, I'm about watching that and supporting that, because when I get there, I want people to support me, not just hate me because I'm popular. And so I love the Chiefs. I love what they have in their brotherhood. But I feel the Bills for this one. I heard that Allen and Mahomes were 3 for 3 against each other. So this will be almost like a tiebreaker between them. And it's going to be at the Bills Stadium. So I'm feeling the Bills. But I still have love for the Chiefs.
She still has love for the Chiefs. You hear that, Laura?
I do. I hear it.
Yeah. Awesome. So she doesn't want to say anything bad about the Chiefs and ruin that kind of bringing the light. And she doesn't want to be a hater, but secretly she puts her money on the Buffalo Bills. But just don't tell anyone else about that. Let's see what Laura has to say. Laura, what do you have to say, Laura?
I'm going to go with the Bills this week. I think being at home.
Josh Allen.
I'm going to go with Josh Allen. He's smoking this year. And I think again, hometown and the fans are all in there. They're doing us. The Bills are paying $20 an hour to shovel the snow out of the stadium to prepare for the game.
They were giving out free tickets last week when they played the Steelers. They were giving, if you shoveled snow for 4 hours, they gave you a ticket to the game.
That's low.
Did you see that?
This game?
That's low.
Or to the last game?
No, the last game. Now they're just paying $20 an hour.
This game is $20
I
an
don't know.
hour.
I'd pass on the $20 an hour, but the ticket to the game, I mean,
my kids and took the tickets.
I know, right? Of course. Yeah, you're like, look, exactly. All right, kids, all of y'all got 4 hours.
That's right.
So moving right along, Houston, Texas. The Houston Texans, it's like the Cinderella story here. I mean, we feel like we have the best quarterback in the NFL. We finally hit the lottery when it comes to quarterbacks. We have C.J. Stroud. He should be the rookie of the year. Last week, Holodynamics, Scott Hazy came down and his wife to watch the game with us, and they flew in, and there was a lot of things that happened with that as far as flights getting canceled and last minute stuff, but we were at the game. We were sitting down low. NFL players were coming up to us, former Texans. It was a show.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of a show, it was not fun to watch their faces as it was a blowout, and they would have said, hey man, let's leave because we're getting smoked by like 3 or 4 touchdowns. Let's beat the traffic. But just sitting there, just watching their faces as the Browns were getting their ass whipped, in the second half. I felt sorry for him a little bit, like this much.
Yeah,
but, the game was good, man. The city's rejoicing. Everybody's happy. Everyone's celebrating in Houston. The game's not in Houston, but it's going to be in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And the Ravens are probably the hottest team, I think, in the NFL's AFC for sure. The Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson. But in the Houston Texans defense, name one time that Lamar Jackson has made it to the Super Bowl, and that's zero. He's always found a way to not win a game to make it to the Super Bowl. He's had a great team, and he's had 2 weeks off now? So with 2 weeks off, I mean, the Houston Texans have a chance, even though they're not the favorites whatsoever. The point spread is 9.5, man, 9.5. And the Ravens more than likely are just going to blow the Texans out, is what Vegas is saying. But I disagree. Laura, let's hear from the Houston Texans shirt. That's right here. Let's hear what's going on, Laura.
Even we were losing nonstop. So this year's been going to be a great year. CJ has done an awesome job. It's like love with the Green Bay. They had the same exact pass rating this last week, and I think they're doing a great job. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's like, what did Irv say this morning? David and Goliath. We just need those 5 smooth stones, and we are going down with the Ravens.
Yo, Uncle Jack saying go Skins. Thank Uncle Jack. Yeah. Go Skins. The Skins aren't in the playoffs this year, and I don't know when they're going to be in there, but you have Magic Johnson. You have a new ownership. They're firing this person, hiring that person. They fired Ron Rivera. They've hired a new offense coordinator. Who knows? Hopefully they do something. They got the number 2 draft pick. They suck so bad this year, so we'll see what happens there. But moving right along, Zuzack, tell us about China, bro. I seen you were in China. You still there, brother?
He's gone dark.
No, he's gone dark on us. He got the lights
Can
out.
you hear
Oh,
me?
there he is. Zuzack, tell us about the trip to China, man, because I've been watching online, man. You went there for lighting or what?
Uh-oh. Shit.
Don't say too many bad words.
Just happened?
He's starting to say bad words. So, Laura.
Yes.
You've been watching Zuzack, and Zuzack was in China with his boy, and they were having foods, and they were saying penthouse suites, and it's like, man, I didn't even know China was so nice.
I think it's nice to a point. It is a communist country, so I'm sure the nice touristy areas are nice, and then you have the other sections.
Not bad.
The other sections of China.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zuzack just got back from there. He probably be the best. What was it like to be in China, my friend? Let's see what Zuzack has to say.
It was interesting. I kind of fit in pretty good, but
man, check this dude out.
except my tattoos. But like I said, people, over here was like, watch out when you go over there because this and that. And I'm telling you, like they have, like I was telling you earlier, man, everywhere you go, you checking your passport or they checking their IDs. There's no way that you can say that you weren't in the area. They got cameras everywhere, cops everywhere. I mean, people everywhere. There's just no way. There was no crime. I mean, what's interesting is everybody has a job. So like the streets, is for as many people as there, the streets are totally clean. Like this lady crossed the street to like sweep up an orange peel. Like fucking, my bad. The bathrooms, they have like public restrooms like every certain amount of miles. And they're like super. There's somebody there that manages it, super clean all the time. Like it's different, But
You think it's different in a better way?
I mean, there's pro and con to being that, watched as far as cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't want to be watched like that. I mean, I like to do some dirt here and there,
Yeah.
But
what about like walking down the street smoking a cigar? No problem.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they didn't. So there was only one place that sold cigars, and it was like it's down this dark ass alley. And I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna deal with it when it comes.
Was a couple Chinese guys back there, like maybe potentially could mug you or beat you up or anything?
Maybe. Yeah, I was like, whatever. But I gotta get the cigar. So I got ripped off for it, but whatever, because he knew he was the only place. So only foreigners go there and find him. But
Right.
So it was pretty. That was interesting. But
And speaking of
every
ripped off, I hear you got ripped off. It was in biblical proportions at the airport with the unfair exchange of money.
yeah, so I didn't know any better because I was just wanted to have some cash on hand before I went, and so their money is like $7 to our dollar. So I was like, all right, I gave the chick like $300, and she gave me like 1,200 of their dollars. So I was short like 1,000 of their dollars. I was like,
She
what?
gave you 4 to 1.
Yeah, and I was like, at Cora, I was like, can I get my money back? And she's like, no, you already paid with debit card. And so I was like, oh, well, I didn't know not to trust the airport.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and that's on the U.S. side. So I would go to the ATM at the hotel on their side, and then theirs would transfer equally.
So you go to the ATM in China and you put your ATM card in there, and then it just does the exchange right there, right?
Yeah, it does the exchange right there.
And they shoot out the
Chinese money. Yeah. So
What else with the cuisine? Tell us more about China, because you were there for lighting, right?
Yeah, well, I was there to meet a manufacturer and tour the plant and like look at some of the stuff I made and kind of like make a more of a personal.
You were like fine tuning some exclusive Zuzack LLC products.
Yeah, and then I wanted to just like kind of like face to face meet, build that relationship. We talking over the phone forever, like solidify this a little more and give them some ideas and see where it can go from here.
Yeah,
It's
how'd you
different
feel that
face
it
to
went?
face. I think it went good, some opportunities. I mean, they kind of seen the way I think and kind of, was like, wow, we never thought of that. So, I mean, hopefully some of that's capitalized on and go from there,
Yeah.
So, it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
going to China, I've always thought about it. I've heard a few of my friends that have went. I haven't went yet, but they said it's like super clean, man. Like when you go into the factory, it's like, where you're wearing the thing over and you're doing that retinal exam, where you're looking into the thing, seeing who you are, and it's like a very top of the line white glove kind of factory. Is that the way it was?
No, it wasn't like that at all. I mean, this place didn't even have like heaters. So
I thought that was some bullshit. That's what someone told me.
Yeah, everybody's in chat. Unless they're making, maybe if they're making computer boards for like nuclear weapons or some shit, but like over here they had they just had this building and like they didn't have no heater now, so everybody's all in like big old jackets. I was like, damn, I felt bad for them putting that shit together. This shit's cold, but it was way out there in the country, so I got a chance to see all that and some interesting characters here and there, whatever.
You met some of the people working at the factory?
Not really. Like they didn't. You could tell when the bosses and everybody walked in the room. Everybody like
they don't complain about, man, I only made like $2 today, and then like, oh shit, here comes the boss. Don't tell nothing.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're all locals that work in that area, and they there were no kids working. Like people
No, like Was it all males? Was there any females?
Yeah, they're both. It's a mixture. And like I said too, the female pop, the girls out there is interesting. It's like most of them are like with somebody because, like I said,
there's so many males for females, right?
Yeah, but they changed the one child law, so you can have two. And the thing is too is that if a woman gets pregnant by a guy, that they have to be married. If they're not married when they have the kid gets no citizenship rights.
Oh.
So.
Wow.
I mean, they can have a divorce and just like us, and they can settle that. But initially, the kid they have to be married parents to have a kid.
Damn, that's pretty interesting, no, Laura?
Yeah,
I mean, when you're only allowed to have so many children, if for some reason you get pregnant, then that means.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a whole level of freedom that you don't have. I can only imagine what it's like to be incarcerated, if that's what it's like to be free.
Well, they don't play. Well, most of them are incarcerated. I mean, like I said.
So you're walking down the road. They walk me down through it. So you're walking down the road, hip hopping, bebopping. You know what I'm saying? You got a joint on your lip. You're walking down the road, smoking a little weed. Like no big deal, right? You're like, it's legal here, right? What happens next?
No, from what I heard, they'll arrest because, like I said, there are cops everywhere. They arrest you and they put you 5 years in prison for that.
For
just
like
smoking.
Just smoking.
So imagine when a dealer gets, he probably gets executed. I'm not.
Dang. Let's go to Alex, because Alex, I think he has something to say about that.
Yeah.
Nicotine too? Like they don't let you smoke cigarettes, or is it just?
No. Oh, they smoke cigarettes like crazy over there. The older guys,
Chain smoking.
Yeah, they smoke cigarettes like crazy.
Just
but,
no Mota, no vape pens.
Yeah, but they do have everything's electrical, so they have like knockout. Like it's funny. So they're like, oh, Tesla. Well, they make their own Teslas, so they have their own knockoff Teslas. They're actually pretty nice, and even the mopeds, everything's electrical for the most part. And but I guess because you're in so many people in that city. I mean, if everybody was running gas, like, it would just be
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to look in front
It'd
of
be
you.
smog everywhere.
But one thing that was hard to get used to is, everybody's on these mopeds, right? And there's no like they can go on sidewalk, street, whatever in between you. Like you don't even see them coming. They come in front of, like they're dodging you, and the driving is crazy. But the whole time I was there, I didn't see one accident. Like, and I was like, this is crazy. People are very aggressive drivers. They don't
Well,
drive
no
fast.
offense. Usually, like the Asian females, I think they're at the bottom of the list for as far as driving skills.
Yeah, and believe
And
it or
no
not, there was
accidents?
no accidents. There were no accidents. All you hear is a beep beep, and someone's coming flying behind you. You just stayed still where you're at.
With them little smaller vehicles, right? They're smaller.
No, the mopeds. A lot of them drive electric mopeds.
Electric mopeds. We
Yeah,
see that
so-
like when we go into the Caribbean and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see families like a husband and a wife, and they got 3 kids on the moped.
Yeah,
Like there's 2 in the
exactly.
front, 1 in the back, and 1 on the side.
Huh?
Then they got like a bag of groceries or something on the other one.
Yeah.
Riding in mopeds, like riding dirty, like they've been doing it for years.
Oh, they got like 20 pallets stacked on the back of that moped. And you're like, I don't know how the hell he did that.
Resourceful.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
so I know you have some questions, Laura. What questions do you have for the cuisine that he had in China?
Oh, I saw a lot of stuff. He had like the Americanized breakfast. It kind of looked like an omelet and super fluffy. But some of those, I don't know. Some of those fishy dishes looked a little.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been
There
to
was
Korea,
one that
and
was like
there's
a
crazy stuff
tableside thing. Like you cook a tableside?
No, there was one little one. They had like a fake ass Korean restaurant that was like like a cook your own barbecue, Korean barbecue.
Mhm.
Oh, fake ass
Wasn't-
Korean restaurant.
Yeah, it wasn't close to it at all. It was just like whatever, It was just,
Laura lived in Korea.
Yeah, we
yeah, yeah. Remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Lindsay never heard about that. Alex didn't either.
What?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Laura lived in Korea for how long was it, Laura? 2 years?
I was there for a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
She
great.
used to teach the little hookers how to cook for the American GIs.
They weren't hookers. They got married to the GI, and they needed to learn some English and how to cook. And, they wanted to cook American food, so I helped them cook American food, and they taught me how to cook Korean food.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, she taught them how to, take care of the GI. And then later on, here's something you don't know about Laura. Later on, when Laura came to Houston, she had a ministry she was been in ministry like, her whole life almost. But she had a ministry, Jesus Loves Strippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a fun fact about Laura. She used to go to strip clubs and tell the strippers about Jesus. You believe
I
that?
did.
Oh,
Amen, Laura. You rock,
Thank
girl.
you.
That's cool.
hey.
But not most of them weren't interested, right, Laura?
Yeah, it's kind of over in Korea or whatever. Most of them don't want to be prostitutes or strippers or whatever. They want to have a real life, but they kind of get forced into it. Over here, the ladies seem to like it that way. So, you have some that take advantage and some that, really want to hear it, but they just can't find a way out. So it's just a little different, culture.
So if you ever find yourself in a place like that, don't miss the opportunity to tell some strippers about Jesus. So, but moving right along. So Lindsay, yeah, I know you go straight down. Lindsay, you guys were awarded the most Christmas spirit out of everyone. I know we were talking about that in Vegas. I mean, bad to the bone, Christmas lights everywhere. You always have a smile on your face. What was this season like?
This season, every single client that we had loved Christmas lights. They all wanted more Christmas lights. They wanted them to be up longer. They loved us. Half of them support us on social media even. And so that was amazing. We didn't hit our goals and targets, and really what we want to do is have more customers. So it was that's how it was.
That's how it was.
Same with us.
Have you guys thought about getting into landscape lighting?
Yeah, a little little bit. So I actually have this brochure. This is our first time getting to meet Michael Zuzack. I think I said it right. But we were at a boot camp and we learned some landscape lighting basics. And we even have your brochure.
Cool.
Hey.
Wow, where did you get that at?
We were at the Cruise Lawn Hardscape University boot camp.
Okay, so you don't have to get a restraining order. They're
To
real
the day.
fans.
And yeah, so we learned and got to train on some of the products, and we learned how to do it like that. Then we learned landscape lighting with Inlight and went through all their certifications. We've installed a couple Inlights out in the field, but now Inlight's not Inlight anymore. It's Bold. So we put it out there that we do it, but that's what it is right now.
Zuzack, what do they need to know, man, about landscape lighting? You have your own products now, or what's going on with Zuzack LLC?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
buy
so-
them now? You have distributors, or I mean, you're all over the place.
No,
What's
so
up?
I got that deal with Haven now. So,
Okay.
my biggest problem was starting out. Like I was selling stuff out of my garage and trailer, and like a lot of contractors were, they'd buy specialty stuff from me, but it's kind of scary. I get it for a contractor, but like I'm gonna buy 200 spotlights from you, and then they're like, well, how are you gonna warranty it? You know? And I'm like, well, I mean, there's spotlights. They ain't really gonna, they're drop-ins. It ain't really gonna fail. But they still, I didn't have the look, and I wasn't big enough, to kind of get that respect of like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when people see people get a little hesitant when they see you just out of your garage. I mean, people will give you a shot. So then, when I got that with Haven Lighting, so now they take on, they're taking on all the inventory and the logistics and
So they're going to
buying.
they're going to be like an exclusive distributor of Zuzack products or
Yeah, so
Z-Flex.
so
Okay.
I'm gonna change my website. Will be a landing page. It'll take you to Haven, and then you can order all the Z-Flex parts from them, and then they deal with all that. They do all the
Wow.
heavy lifting. So now
That's
everything
what's
is
up.
so all logistics, everything's taken care of. All the warrant, you know what I mean. So, everything that I had a hard time doing, they now handle.
Does this have something to do with the trip to China?
No, the trip to China
That's
is
separate.
yeah. It's just
So you're bringing all your products in, and they're going to help you distribute it, and they got the platform and the marketing and the e-commerce and storage, logistics, and you can just
Yep.
keep doing what you're doing.
yep. I just
So
sent
you're going to
people
have your
there.
own products in Tampa?
I'm gonna have some of my own, specialty things, but I will have stuff here. The goal too is to also, I'm building a little warehouse in the back. The goal is to also carry stuff here. So even if you buy off the Haven stuff, you can come pick it up in Tampa for me.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, Haven Lighting is known for the best products, period. I mean, out of all the landscape lighting, when you talk about Haven, you talk about one of the most expensive, but it's worth it. It's very high quality. Rob Allison and Chris McCoy, great people.
Yeah.
And you're going to be training over there about core drilling.
Everything post construction. So cruises lighting stuff than we did over there was all like pre-construction as the build is going. So it's a little different. So what we train on is everything after the fact. So if you go to a house that has all that already built, like how do you install and run the wires and stuff like that? Like that's what we're gonna teach.
Wow.
So
I got it.
Post construction, yeah.
So if we were trying to make it there, what's the details on that one?
Like if you were trying to make it there, like just I mean,
Was it like in the next week or two, isn't it?
yeah, February 4th to the 10th or 9th.
What's the details to get on it?
So, havenlighting.com/training, I believe. And there's different. So there's like 3 different packages. They have a full course. They have the advanced course, which is basically what I'm teaching, like the post construction, and they have like beginners for people that like just need to know the fundamentals. But no, they had a little bit of everything, and then they teach you about their smart systems and how to use their smart Wi-Fi, color changing stuff, and basically I'll teach you how to install the hard stuff, So
And Jason Guyman's going to be there speaking with you, right?
yeah, he's doing a little bit of the Christmas end. He's doing the Christmas stuff on his end or whatever,
So I mean, I think anybody with a Facebook seen that you were putting up Christmas lights this year.
Yeah.
And did you get all your lights taken down?
Yeah, man. I was really overwhelmed this year. I wasn't ready. Like I said, 2 years ago, I tried to pitch this down here and people weren't having it. And then this year, like I said, I just did my dad's house and then just started popping out, boom, boom, boom.
I
And
know. You put the Z in the roof.
yeah,
Oh,
I think I'm gonna stay away from like second story stuff. I don't know. I don't like.
You're supposed to have your wife hanging off the ladder so you can get a bunch of blowback from the Facebook police or the OSHA supervisors on Facebook, right?
Right? I know. I know.
Awesome, Zuzack.
I know you did some, and then someone was doing your renderings for you, right?
Yeah. That lightingcanvas.com. Man, every rendering he gave me, I closed every sale. That was cool. So
That's
I was
awesome.
able to, I think he charged like a monthly fee and you get X amount of renderings, and then I would just send that, to and I don't pay much, so I just sent that to the customer, like, look, it's gonna be this much, and they're like, let's do it. So it saved me. I didn't have to go over there or nothing,
And
just
the renderings look just like it. Speaking of which, there was one with you like on a horse wearing like these Chinese, like these circle glasses, and you had your posse behind you.
yeah.
And it was like an AI. And then you actually made that shit like come to life. And what was that, in Arizona?
Yeah. So I did.
How did that? And you got the AI first. Did you know you were going to Arizona first? Or you got the picture and you say, you know what? Let's bring this to reality. Where do we have to go? And you took some horseback to Arizona.
No, I got a little bit of property in Arizona, so then I was like,
You got.
yeah. So I did. I got. It's called Microsoft. It's on Microsoft AI generator, and I just type Asian dude, tattoos, glasses, chain, with some thug looking Mexicans or something, and on a horse, like whatever you put in on it, and then it developed that. So I was like, oh man, you know what? Let's go recreate this shit. So I made it I made it a point, like, look, we're gonna get on some horses when we get here. We're gonna recreate this. We gotta do it, So
And then you took your buddy. I know your son, because we met him, but the other guy, who's that? Your bodyguard or your buddy from high school, or who's that?
Nah, that's my guy. That's the guy that does all the marketing. Like, if you see my logos that do all the lightning and stuff.
That's the marketing guy.
Yeah, so he does a lot of he builds websites, but he does a lot of like videos for, like, if you want to do like not an animated video, but like you've seen, like, I have like the lightning on my logos and
Yeah, the little
animation.
things for, and then it goes boop boop, and it has a little TikTok thing and all that.
Yeah, all that stuff. Like,
he makes all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll
your
make
thing is freaking out of this world. I'm sure your budget is not very big, if at all, for marketing. Your freaking marketing's out of this world. I think probably one of the best in the country based on budget to what you're producing. I think it's probably one of the best in the country, in my opinion.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
for sure.
CapCut. Yeah, use
CapCut. Yeah, no, I seen the CapCut. I was like, man, every time I see CapCut, I'm like, man, Zuzack must be sending this over to me again. I see it all the time now. Like Big Brother, when you search it for one time, like on Facebook or Google, you start seeing that stuff every single day.
Yeah.
You're like, man, when the hell were you searching for Valentine's Day flowers?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Lindsay, I remember this was in Las Vegas, and you came by the booth, and I said, Laura and I would love to officiate maybe something a little bit more formal in the relationship, stepping up to the next level. I mean, if there's wedding bells in the future, we'd like to be part of that. I mean, Alex, I know you have to probably grab a knee and ask a question by a rock, wrap around the finger, but what's the details of that, man? Are we coming anywhere closer to that, sealing the deal here? Are we still talking about it? Lindsay's saying yes. Alex he's like gasping for air.
What's going on?
What's going on, guys? We get married or what?
We talked about it, and we asked.
You asked Grandma about it?
Yep. We asked Grandma, uncles, people what was the reasons to get married.
Yeah. So like,
Alex, let me hear it.
Yeah, bro. So
you said the Detroit Lions win this game. Go ahead.
Yeah. Detroit Lions.
We're listening. Go ahead.
Lindsay's definitely the one, and we will definitely get married in the future, if we want to. But we both came together and we're like, do we really want to spend money on a wedding? Do we really want to do something like that? Yeah, I think she deserves it. Yeah, she deserves more than we can give right now.
So we're gonna do a shotgun, like Vegas style, like just drive through.
Yeah, we're gonna come pick you guys up at the We're just gonna ride out in the
Road trip.
Road trip.
But
No.
we just kept asking people because like so many people that get married get divorced, and it ends up crappy for them,
Yeah.
So
True that.
like, why should we get married? So we were asking people like, I love Lindsay, Lindsay loves me. We got each other's back. Like, what do we need? A ring to prove that? Like, you know what I mean? It's just
I got a daughter that's getting married, one of them, and it's freaking expensive, I'll tell you that. But Laura was going down the list because obviously we're paying and helping out and stuff. But so Laura is going down the list of all these things that she thinks is important, and not one of them was her husband. It was like the ring and the cake and my dress and the this
And the venue.
and the venue.
and the
And then Laura
food.
said, what'd you say, Laura?
What about him?
Yeah, what about Ryan? What about your husband? And like she's like, I know, but it's about all these other details, and really it's not about those details, right,
Yeah.
Laura?
Yeah.
right.
Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, I think I like what Lindsay and Alex have to say. It's about being together and that you guys are making a plan and there's trust and having each other's back. I think that's a huge thing, is more important than paying 15 grand for a wedding.
For sure.
If you need a piece of paper for certain reasons, it's understandable.
Yeah, insurance purposes, stuff like that. But moving right
Protection.
along. I know it's
Tell us.
Yeah, tell us. Where's
yeah,
your-
it's almost game time. We're definitely got the Houston Texans. Before I let you off the phone, who do we got? We got the Texans, or do we have the Baltimore Ravens with the 9.5 point spread difference?
I'm gonna support y'all, so I'm going with the Texans.
You don't have to be nice. It's okay. I've heard it
Yeah,
all.
no, I mean,
I have no idea.
if you want to
I-
make the right
I-
decision to say the Texans, I got you.
I am
What else
impressed
you got?
with CJ Stroud. So I will-
Yeah.
Download the Kroger app. Enjoy over $500.
Oh yeah, I love Kroger.
Who's Kroger?
I love Kroger.
Lindsay, Alex,
So,
Texans, Baltimore. What do we got here?
who are you guys rooting for? Texans all the way.
Well, look, man. Do you know what? All this wishy-washy stuff that you're talking about, man, you're losing me with that. We're talking about the Ravens or the Texans. It's a 9.5 point spread. The Ravens are the favorite, so it's Ravens minus 9.5.
I think the Ravens are on fire, so they got it. But I'm hoping for you guys.
All right, and then you're agreeing with all that, Lindsay?
I heard from Lacey Jane Brown, the Ravens, a 7,500 Uncrustables this season. I don't know if that's gonna help them win or not, but I'm gonna go for the Texans.
You're going for the Texans. Well, good for you guys.
Underdog.
And
I love it.
we'll be looking forward to seeing the Lions and the Buccaneers. Hopefully we can maybe share some stuff on Facebook, a little banter back and forth. I'm glad you guys got introduced. Zuzack, Lindsay, and her boyfriend, ATB, is just her partner in crime.
Life partner.
They are just embedded into the lighting industry, and they're all about lighting. They got Christmas lights wrapped around their neck with a DeWalt battery charger thing. It's just like Christmas spirit flowing out of there. If we can translate that into landscape lighting, I know they'd be a great person to have on the team. Zuzack products and stuff like that. And Mike, man, we appreciate you coming on. And man, go Bucks. And go Lions. Go Lions. You guys are people. We appreciate you, man. Have a safe weekend, and let's talk soon.
All right.
All right,
Nice to meet you,
then.
Mike. Thanks for having us, Kingdom.
Thank you.
Take it easy, man.
Oh,
Take
Detroit.
good luck, y'all.